Welcome to Ericsson Stadium, where we have got a double dose of finals football for you today. First up, the Fox Memorial, then we've got the Bartercard Cup, so sit back, relax and enjoy for the next 4 hours or so. In the Fox Memorial, the manurawa Marlins meet the Papakura Sea Eagles. Both teams, it is their first time in the grand final. I'm Dennis Katsanos, with me Shane Cooper. And Shane, if you can cast your mind back that far, I know it was a long time ago, mate, but your first grand final, what was going through your head like some of these boys going out there today?
Yeah, thanks Dennis. It was a long time ago, but they'll be excited, they'll be nervous at the same time, but most of all, they'll be just wanting to get out here on the pitch and kick it off and start going.
Well, if the past is anything to go by, then this final today will be an incredible battle that goes down to the wire.
Lamont Coach Stakes! Lamont Coach Stakes is on his way! He's under the posts! He scores! Northcote win the final! 30 points to 29. The Fox Memorial Championship for 2001 has gone to the wire, and it is Tiger Town tonight. And a dummy half for the line. This is Corey to Kinney. You are kidding me. You are kidding me. What more could happen? Wonderful scenes from Carlo Park. The last ever Fox Memorial final to be played here. As the Hibiscus Coast team come over and say thanks.
Memorial medal for 2002, number 6, Hibiscus Whalers.
Sinadama looks on. The Hawks. Can they do it? They can! They do! It's done! It is in front of the post. They are going berserk in the stands, and so they should. What a game of footy. What a finish to the Fox 2003. Elwood over the top. Johnson spins, Johnson is close, Johnson is there! And then Alvin Lyons and the man Butcher, Fox Memorial champions for 2004 with a scoreline of 14-10. The Lions beat the Hawks here at Ericsson Stadium.
Well, one try in it since 2000. How happy were you when Mount Albert won the Fox Memorial last year and also the Bartercard Cup, Shane?
Yeah, no, it was a good season for Mount Albert last year, but it's all about this season and it's all about this Fox Memorial game out here this afternoon. With two new clubs in the final, in manurawa and Papakura, it's going to be exciting for both these clubs.
Well, if we look at this Marlins side, one name that stands out has to be Richie Blackmore. Of course, he's an ex-Kiwi, he's a co-coach, and also he is playing in the side and doing a fantastic job with Rusty Matua.
Yeah, no, they've done some really good work there at manurawa, and he's got all the experience, but what you need in these games is teamwork, Dennis, and as long as the rest of the forwards are going a lot with Richie, I'm sure they'll be fine this afternoon.
Also, key players to watch out for, Shane, Jeff Matai came off the bench last week, changed the game against Mangere East. Willie Heta and also Campbell, 18 tries.
Yeah, no, Campbell's got plenty of pace, and they're really excited about the young fella Campbell on the wing. Matai off the bench. It's always a good handy point when you've got good men coming off the bench, and Matai's one of them.
Well, the Marlins' opponents, Papakura, they went through the competition only dropping the 2 games to Mangere East, and Shane, that can be attributed to ARL Coach of the Year, Dean Clark. He's done a fantastic job. A couple of guys to look out for in his team, no strangers to finals football. Manu Tawhai and Tony Laika, they played in the last 2 for Mangere East. Yeah,
Manu Tawhai there, a really good winger in his first year of rugby league, in fact. Also, Phillips at 5'8", he's the one to guide him around the park. He's got plenty of stepping ability, so he's one that Coach Dean Clark's very, very excited about.
And if you want to see a player with some wheels, can step off both feet, Bishop Phillips and also Tali Tuifua, 21 tries from 16 games.
Well, that's outstanding. That's just record speaks for itself, doesn't he? And he's got also plenty of size and pace about him on the wing.
All right, Shane, I'll let you get over to the commentary booth. In the regular season, Papakura defeated manurawa twice. However, that represents nothing today in the grand final. Who will win their first Fox Memorial Trophy? Will it be the Marlins or the Eagles? It's time to hand you over to Dale Husband as we get ready for kickoff.
Thanks very much, Dennis, and a warm welcome around New Zealand for this Fox Memorial Championship decider between Rewa and Papakura. And don't be dismayed by the crowd you might be seeing in the eastern stand. There's a big amount of people in the western stand, but fairly inclement weather here in Auckland today. And these two teams, as Shane said, be full of excitement, anticipation, looking forward to getting underway and getting into the thick of the action. There is the kickoff. We're underway with the grand final for 2005. Papakura, first turn of the ball and a big start. Clayton Rogers gets sorted on the 12-metre line. Out of dummy half with a pop-up, Bishop Phillips. We'll see plenty from him as the game unfolds. This is Frosty Tikino, who is the dummy half. And looking for runners, and there's a power run on from Shane Follis. Richie Blackmore in the action defensively, and they put him to ground, 25 out from the Sea Eagles line. Fabulous to see these three coaches, Rusty Matua, Richie Blackmore, Dean Clark, all great contributors to the local and indeed international game. Now at the helm of these two very proud South Auckland, Manukau City based clubs. Number 7 is sorted. In fact, he gets the ball and pops it back onto Clayton Rogers. Rogers sends the ball, a little knock on there for the Sea Eagles, and manurawa applaud with the turnover. They're on the 30-metre line.
Yeah, well, great work there by manurawa. Put a lot of pressure on the kicker on the last, and he had no option. He had no second man to go to on the kick. And it's going to happen in these wet conditions. You're going to need a second option as a kicker. And Papakura had no one. Has put manurawa in great attacking.
That's Bruce Anderson, who has tackled 15 metres out. Junior age group rep here is Richie Blackmore. Richie hasn't played the whole season. He came in mid-season as a backup through injuries. Talking with Rusty Matua yesterday, he said that they just developed a nice combination with Richie in that second row burst. So he's been there for the last half a dozen weeks. As Rewa come close, the little kick into the in goal is tapped back eventually by Sam Kett. A good start from the Manurawa Marlins.
Yeah, it's about putting the ball on the ground in these wet conditions, Dale. It's a swirling gale up above too, so obviously the high kick will work in someone's favour as the game marches on, but for the early stages, the kick on the ground's an important weapon.
The Jamie Tupaia will start up from underneath the posts. It's a lovely image midweek in the local newspaper out here in the south of the residents of a nursing home out there in Papakura making rosettes. I hope you're watching this afternoon. Plenty of feeling in here.
And it's good, Dale. It's good to see the feeling in there. This is what a grand final is all about.
Well, haven't we been lucky of recent seasons? The grand finals have all gone down to the wire. It's been nothing short of brilliant.
It has. There's been some outstanding Fox Memorial finals, and I can remember Lamont Copestake racing away in the dying moments to secure a great win for North Harbour a few seasons back.
Alan Caddy, the referee. There's a big wind out there at the moment, Shane, and that'll count for some in this first half. It's at the back of the Marlins, it would seem, at the moment. Good strong run too from Follis. Once again, he's picked off from the tackle.
Bishop Phillips there taking the ball in. He's in a really excitement machine. Dean Clark, the coach of the Papakura side, said, watch out for this kid. He's got just about everything. That's twice now that the Papakura side have been unable to get their kick away. Let's put them under the pressure once again.
This is Tali Tuifua, fast and strong. He's just in from Tonga this year. It's Dean Clark, talks through his brother, he was saying. This is Tali Tuifua once again. Wrapped up 8 metres short. Out of dummy half, Tikino. Gets it on to Follis, couldn't control, ball down. And in the hands of the Marlins. Woodhouse feeds up. Tackle made by Angaitoa. That's Filimaua, gets up to play the ball. Out of dummy half, Chase Woodhouse. Makes good yardage, according to the coaches. 23-year-old age group rep. Great attitude. We get the first penalty in a kickable position as well. So they opt to take the 2 points. This is finals football.
No, they're electing to go for the the 6 points there, Dale, and I think it's a good move because Papakura have been on the cosh for the opening 6 minutes of this half. They're going to keep the pressure on here, manurawa. Papakura not even been out of their own half as yet.
There's Blackmore, close to the line, 5 or 6 metres in it. He's a big, strong man. He doesn't get an opportunity to show his wares there as Woodhouse slides quickly into dummy half. 10 out from the try line now. The Marlins looking to put up the first points on the board. Ball eludes everyone, but it's picked up nicely out wide there by Philip Burrell. Burrell can't find his way through. He's closed down, 18 out now. As they get themselves set, here comes Jason Mordehu. Big three-quarter gets away from one, but he can't get through the middle. He's tackled about 8 metres out. Referee says play the ball, and then he loses it, but there is the penalty. In fact, lost ball.
Yeah, way to go, Craig.
Very important for Papakura here to really take the ball to 5, Dale, and get a good kick at the end of it. I know there's pretty nervous times for them at the moment, but they need to get one decent kick in the first 3 sets I've had here. Electing to chuck the ball away around in howling conditions.
Interesting to see Sean Rowley slide into the second row for the feeding of the scrum. Ball's played by Manutafi. And it comes now for Tikino. He can't make his way past the 30-metre line. We'll play it now quickly. Feed up time for Shane Follis. He's keen to get involved early on. It's about his 4th hit up early in the game. Tikino once again. Frosty puts the ball to toe.
It just shows you how strong that breeze is, Dale. It's really favouring the manurawa side in this half.
Manurawa forcing their way through with Ioane Tuala. Stepping comes Anderson. Anderson can't get through the tackle of Tafi. Nails him. Centre field, 38 now. Out from the line. Fed up. Woodhouse. Across it comes into the hands of Richie Blackmore. Blackmore with a little dummy. Blackmore's got a runner on the inside. Picks him up. But so does the defence. There you can see it, 15 from the line. With the ball, Henry Heta. Gets it on. Grubber kicks through from William. It's brother over there. And the Marlins in numbers. It's Chase Woodhouse. Chase Woodhouse on the end of a terrific little grubber kick. The Marlins draw first blood after 8 minutes. It's 4-0 under the sticks.
Well, it had to come, Dale, didn't it? It had to come. They had all the pressure in the Papakura half, and it was just about time. And it was a great execution of a try. This was a great kick because Aaron Tamui, the Papakura fullback, was tackled, made the tackle on the previous play, and the kicker spotted that, put the lovely kick through, bounced up perfectly. There could have been 2 of them scoring, and Chase Woodhouse was on the end of it.
Chase Woodhouse, a very good little player. He's highly regarded. As I say, he's a great attitude according to the coach, Rusty Matua. The Woodhouse family are stalwarts of the Manurawa club. Parents have been involved for years and years, and I'd like to say congratulations to them. They must be very proud of their boys today. And the extras added by the try scorer's brother. That's Andrew Woodhouse, puts the 2 through. Andrew, an age group rep. Second year on the top side. Player of the year. They have a similar system to the best and fairest.
And as we see a little replay of it again, it was a great little pull through by William Heta. He spotted that the fullback had been in contact with the previous play, the ball. He was out of position, and it was well executed. Richie Blackmore looking dangerous on the right-hand side. With his little step, he's getting on the outside of his defence, putting them into 2 minds whether for the winger to come in. That time he got in the open and fed the ball back on the inside.
So the restart is taken and time for the hit and spin. First time through, the big number 8 makes the tackle. That's Clayton Rogers. Ball is played back, and looking for a number way through is Jeffrey Matai. Little peel away, rehearsed move from the dummy half position. Chase Woodhouse, the try scorer, feeds up to his brother. This is Andrew. Andrew turns it back. They change the angle. Nice little run from the number 8, Tuala.
Hey, it doesn't matter that he's ducked his head, but you can't swing your arm, okay?
But he ducked down.
Yeah, but you can't swing your
I
arm.
was going in for the tackle.
Doesn't matter.
I'd be surprised you never see a football player admit guilt, do you? So there's a swinging arm. Yes, we'll sort of wind up on it. Alan Caddy quick to berate the player as the tap is taken now. This is set up time for Filimo or Peter.
Keep coming wide.
Absolute role model. It's first grand final for Peter Filimo. This is Willie Hedder. Willie Hedder is just 19. He's the nephews of the famous Hedder whānau. And they tell me that Willie's just come back from a Jersey Flegg train-on squad. He's about to have him this classy player. Great kicking game. He's got the package deal. Number 13, keep your eye out for him. The break getting a rest. It's Tuala. Papakura taking a seat. Sun starts to shine. Wind very heavily in favour of the Marlins. And judging by the flag on the far side of the field, blowing, I'd say probably a 8, maybe even a 10-point wind at this stage. Wait and see how it pans out come 40 minutes. Great afternoon of football, of course, coming up on Sky later this afternoon. It's the Bulls up against Mount Albert. Should be a cracker of a game as well. Well, since the inception of the competition back in 2000, they really have been the form teams. It's either been one or t'other that have taken the comp, bar the Hibiscus Coast's effort back a couple of seasons ago. Now with Papakura, fed up by Frosty Tikino, looking for some action through Phillips. Phillips puts it to boot. The bounce important here. It comes back to Glenn Campbell. And Campbell to ground 5 short of the halfway. Anderson, hold up the middle for him though. Richie Anderson just turned 21 during the week. Last week, in fact. Asked what he did for a job. His coach said he was a stripper. He qualified that by saying he's a metal stripper. Marlins. Looking for a feed, the Marlins, with Falani o Tangawhia. Many of you remember Mulu o Tangawhia, that's his brother. Short side numbers! Here we go with the Marlins. The ball is good as knocked down. Well, they had numbers on the right there. A bit of a Barney on. Not much to it as yet, though.
Keep out. Get out.
It's finals football, a lot of feeling there, Shane. No punches thrown there and no blood, so we just get on with it, I suppose.
Well, it's still boiling over a little bit, Dale, in it. I've seen Richie Blackmore cop a late one, a couple of tackles beforehand, and the touch judge and the linesman, I'm sure, have got this under control as now.
16.
Yeah, the big number 16, Suinapa Tufia, he's called out. I seen him catch Richie Blackmore. We'll just have a little listen here.
Keep right out of it. That's how I said no, as I've had to before. Keep right out of it.
There's one thing, Dale, being wound up for a final, but it's all about keeping your emotions in check. It's okay to be aggressive, but it's no good losing the game and being aggressive.
They decide to take the tap. Otangavaya comes back. He was a man just in the play. Plenty of them, too. He gets up to play the ball now. 8 metres to the right-hand side of the post. 5 out. Fed back to Chase Woodhouse. Woodhouse pops the ball up to Willie Hedder. Hedder trying to spin, trying to free his arms. Can't get them away. The tackle is effective. Manu Tafi is in there with assistance by the fullback for the Eagles. That's Aaron Tumai. And now to the line. That looks close. Knock on. Papakura breathed a sigh of relief. we get another chance to have a look at it. A reminder that in the Fox and the Baraka there is no video replay as such. Let's have a look. This is young Bruce Anderson, the fullback. Gets close, doesn't he? Well,
I'd like to say, Dale, he's got that on the line. He's without a second movement, he's definitely got that ball on the line. We have got in-goal touch judges too, Dale, as we have another look at it. He's just got that centimetres on the line for my liking. There's a dead set try there being disallowed, Dale.
We'll hear the disappointment of that later on, certainly if the 4 points splits the teams after 80 minutes. Fed on a little bit shallow at the moment. This is Sienipa Tuifua. Blackmore makes the tackle. Slow to get up. Plays it back to Sean Rawadi, who feeds on. Back it comes to Bishop Phillips. He loses the ball. Rewa come up with it. Rewa hard goes the chant in the stands. Up to play the ball is Tuala. He gets it back now to Krangle. And Jackson Krangle is to ground now. Centre field in 25. At a dummy half. Plenty of work for this young man. Bruce Anderson, little dummy in a step. Rawadi rides him. Rides him to ground. 5 out from the try line. 6 points up. Marlins close to the line. Too good. Too good. Marlins in. The Marlins in for try number 2.
Just pull him out.
Here you go, referee Alan Caddy
8, was it?
speaking with his in-goal referee.
6. Any more of those late tackles, and you know what's going to happen, right? You can't drive him late, okay?
There you go, you hear the referee talking to him, but it was nicely done by the Manurawa Marlins. A big effort for them. They just had the numbers there on the right-hand side, didn't they?
Well, what they're really winning, they're dominating the play of the balls, Dale, and they're getting it out quickly from dummy half, and it's really catching Papakura. They're not haven't got their line set, and once again we'll see another quick play of the ball. Still getting back onside. Richie Blackmore.
And it's Jeff Matai who's in to score, the replacement. So you can see a little bit of a late charge there, but they are looking good around that right-hand side. You've got to take the hat off as well to Bruce Anderson. There's not much of that fullback, but he keeps getting in, sliding into dummy half. He grabbed 5 or 7 metres to get them in good field position for that play that resulted in the 4 points as we await the conversion attempt from Andrew Woodhouse.
Well, Jeff Matai made a difference when he came on against the Mangere East Hawks last weekend. He was a big plus for them off the bench, and he's proved it once again. But it's definitely, Dale, the best runs sometimes the dummy half runs, or lots of times the dummy half runs, and Manurawa are really benefiting from their quick play the balls and the darts from dummy half for sure.
There's the try scorer, big Jeffrey Matai. He's a journeyman, he's played for Papakura, he's an Auckland rep. Also had a run with Glenora, Baraka and the Jets. Got some great skills, but I'm told was frustrated with not getting enough game time. He's a very positive talker, according to Coach Rusty Matua. He's a church man and he's a great team guy, and certainly I'll be wrapped for him that he notched up that 4-pointer. That is a good tackle. Admittedly, it was on the smallest in the team, Andrew Woodhouse. Lovely finish there from Arapeta Taitoko. That's him in jersey number 13 for the Sea Eagles. They'll be smarting after conceding 2 tries now, with just on a quarter of the game about to be clocked up.
Oh, what a great pickup. What a great take that was. Once again, the players around the dummy half are just making huge inroads as it comes once again out to the right-hand side. It's a 4th little kick through that they've put through Manurawa, and once again it's worked for them. They'll get another set of 6 back-to-back.
Great team.
16, keep the ball, all right? Keep behind. 6, keep to 16. Keep behind.
Just continuous pressure coming up here on the Papakura side, should I say.
Yeah, it's been all the Marlins at the moment as Walter Hati comes into the ball. Interesting character, Walter. Terrific softball player, I'm told. This is a season in Wisconsin. 17's Colin Latu Colin plays the ball. Great strike distance now for the Marlins. 2 play. Number 2, Jason Mordehu. Straightening and coming through. I thought it was 2, it was 12. Jackson Krangle. Krangle under the post. Plays the ball back to Heta. Stepping Heta. Gets it up now to Walter Hutty. He can't make his way through. 5 out on the try line. 5 to the left-hand side of the post. Which way will they go? Left, right. Right it goes. This is the try scorer. He's already been in once. Can he get there again? Not this time. Matthias stopped. Inches out. But play the ball again. Menacing on the right-hand side. Aaron Woodhouse with a grubber kick through. And so close. Apologies, I've been calling him Andrew. It's Aaron Woodhouse, the number 7. But the Marlins really putting it to the Sea Eagles at the moment. They're down 12 on the scoreboard, but they just don't seem to be getting enough ball. Well, look at some of the stats for you in a second.
Yeah, well, they've had 60% of the field position, and compared to 27 of Papakura, this just speaks volumes for their ability to control the game. Manurawa at this stage, 12-0 up after 20 minutes. They've done a ton more tackles, 81 compared to 37 in Manurawa, so they've got plenty of juice left in the tanks there. They're just dominating all over the park, and once again, Richie Blackmore with 7 tackles and 5 hit-ups. Matua off the bench with 7 hit-ups. Been busy since he's been introduced. Once again, another mistake here.
Solomon Fuki dragged out. The tackle of Jason Mordehu. Scrum feed. And that's... Well, this is Owen Hurt. Let's put it that way. Up to play quickly, Philip Burrell. They come around the right-hand side. Tangavaya once again. Tangavaya met with some solid resistance, though. The tackle downstairs made by Bishop Phillips. Out of dummy half again comes Anderson.
Get away.
Referee was quick on that. The youngster got hit.
He's going to have to bin him for my liking, Dale. 3 times I've seen him now.
You're going for 2. He's gone in 3 times. Skip there. Here it is. Back here.
And a fair decision, I have to say.
Well, you've got to keep your emotions in check, as Shane has said. That's the recipe for winning these big games. Tangavaya with the football now. And more pressure on the Sea Eagles, already down 2 tries, now down to 12 men. A mountain of an effort to keep them out this time as Blackmore slips on the Ericsson Park turf and get up and play it back now to Matai. Matai feeds on, picks up Woodhouse. Woodhouse finds it chest high this time. And quickly to his feet to play the ball. Matai is there again. Matai pops the ball up and it goes into the arms of Manu Tafi. And a collective sigh of relief from the Papakura Sea Eagles. Fans have come out to support their team in this historic match for them. 75 years the club has been going. This is their first Fox Memorial final as Arapita Taitoko takes it forward. Attracts some solid attention as well. Plays it on the 20-metre line. Sea Eagles need to hold the ball for a set, drill it downtown. Players they know they can. First team into the final is Jamie Tupaya. Got some attention there from Latu with assistance from Burrell. He's quickly up to his feet. Plays it back now to Tikino. Feeds it across onto Phillips. Young Bishop throws a dummy on his back. Blackmore pops the ball nicely. The Sea Eagles still with it. This is through Frankie Wade. 5th and final tackle and a better set for the boys from the south. On it comes to Phillips, who puts it in behind. Mordehu is there, takes the ball nicely. And the kicker chases and makes the tackle as well. Mordehu plays it back to Anderson. Anderson finds 5, turns it into 7. And again, no shortage of bravery from the young fullback. Into the heavy work, here's Colin Latu. Latu bounces off one. Marutafi comes on. Strong run. Matai to dummy half. Back it comes. On it feeds onto Willie Heta. Heta moves it across onto Hutty. Young Walter nailed on the halfway line on the Mad Butcher Fox Memorial halfway line, I might add. Good to see Pete here today as well from overseas. Admittedly, that was Waiheke Island, but nevertheless, he's here. Plus it comes on to Heta. Kicking game imported. This time it is a midfield bomb. Pressure on at the back. Chase is strong. Ball is dropped. Picked up by the Marlins. Couldn't go on with it. But as Aaron Tumai certainly felt the full force of it. With the ball, Henare Hemana pops it back. The pass, good, bad, indifferent. The referee says knocked on. That's really important for the Sea Eagles. They can ill afford to concede a try at this stage of the game. We're 15 minutes out from half time. It is 12-0, and that ends the 12 men, Shane.
Yeah, no, it's just about been a perfect half so far for manurawa. They've done everything exactly, how it should happen in a final. They've done all the little things right. Their running from dummy half has been outstanding. They've been quicker to their feet. They've sped the game up, played the game at their pace. But then on occasion, the captain Peter Filimanu there just elected to get a quick one out the back. He would have been better off on the first tackle just to go back to what they've been doing right, and that's get into their feet early and playing the ball and let someone else have a turn.
Manu Tafi with the hit up. Only played as lead for Manukau. Also the Mangere Fox team, the Otahu Barikard team, so Manu Tafi, one of the more experienced players in the Sea Eagles lineup. That's a good hit up, but runs into seemingly a brick wall of Jackson Krangle and Philip Burrell. Strong run, little knock on, unforced error. Sea Eagles will be made to pay. Jamie Tupaya disappointed. Let's have a quick look at some of these tackle efforts. We'll cross over to Shane. We'll look at the hard workers. Rogers, the number 8, across there for Papakura. Knocked up 12 already. But when we look at Richie Blackmore, we see that he's had 8 tackles, 6 hit-ups. He's been very busy in that regard.
Yeah, Rogers with 12 tackles, 1 hit-up. Tamai, the fullback, who has 6 tackles and 2 hit-ups. As we see once again another high shot.
Referee said that the number 6's arm slid up off the ball. Well, he was.
6.
Last warning for number 6 has already been chastised by the ref for coming in late after the try was scored. Some solid defence downstairs again with a good tackle as Bishop Phillips. Slow to his feet as Peter Filimoa, fed up there by Matai. Matai gets it on now to Hemana. Hemana attracts the attention of Rawiri into ground. Sean Rawiri, the Manukau Rugby League Twins boys. Good to see them running out. And big hello to the family up there in Mangere Bridge as we see Anderson out of dummy half for the Marlins. Anderson, one of the busier players. And we'll get up to play the ball, as you can see, just a few metres away. Dangerous times as it comes back to Willie Heta. Heta with the grubber kick through. It is unchallenged. And was the ball put down before the line? That's the question being asked here, I think. Did he get over the dead ball line before he was able to put the ball down? I think that's what Alan Caddy is consulting his touch judge with.
No, he only forcing the ball.
Yeah, what they've got them there for, Dale, is the player was in front of the ball kicker. I thought it was very close when I first seen it. I think he's got it down okay, but it's the fact that he was in front of the kicker.
Okay, thank you, Shane.
Well, having another look at that angle, it's very, very close, Dale, touch and go, but he's gone with his linesman's call as Alan Caddick, and once again, you may say they may be a little bit hard done by. 50-50 call. Sometimes it goes with you, sometimes it goes against, and it's once again let Papakura off the hook here. Tafai there runs it out from their danger zone.
So now Papakura need to strike back. Spirited run from Jamie Tupaya. Reeled in by Jackson Krangle. Better field position than they've enjoyed for some time as the ball's floated across now onto Bishop Phillips. Phillips gets it onto Rogers. A little lose here in the lineup by the looks. And apologies to Jamie Tupaya's people, who's not even there. It's Boaza. Aero Boaza. Boaza is the number 7 for the Papakura Seagulls. Apologies. Time remaining in the sin bin, 2.5 minutes.
No, got it. You stay. That's good. Straight up.
Oh, now the Marlins. From the left wing comes Jason Morihu.
Well, for my way of thinking, Dale have completely outplayed them in the first half. There's still only 10 minutes to go, and we can still see a few more tries coming. They have got the wind in the second half, Papakura, so if they go in only 12 points down, it'll not only be amazing to me, I'm sure it'll be amazing to the coaching staff that they will be only 12 points down and they're still in the hunt.
Very much so, Shane. They could easily have conceded 2 tries. As you see the ball coming back, and then the kick to the western touchline, straight over the head and on the full. Scrum feed now. Bishop Phillips.
Yeah, not only the scoreline, Dale, but they've just been completely enthused on attack and defence. Occasionally, lots of time I see the Papakura players not marking up properly compared to the Manurawa defence, who seem to be a lot more aware of what's going on in this final. They're talking to each other. Communication's a lot better. One mark will go one way, the other goes the other.
This is Tuifua with the ball. Better spot than Papakura have been in some time. Centre field and 22 metres out. They'll play the ball. 12 down on the scoreboard. Fed up by Tikine. Gets it across to Phillips. Phillips with a beautiful pass. Out the back. Finds Sean Rawiri. Rawiri for the line. Sean Rawiri gets it. Not so. I was almost sure he got that one in, but the in-goal referee says no. Nobody will play the ball on the 10-metre line. Fed up at Tikino. Here it comes now. Across it comes to Phillips. Fifth final tackle. Tikino once again. On to Boaza. Boaza with the ball, needs to get it away, can't get it away, loses it, Anderson gets it, stepping goes Anderson, ball down Marlins, knock on. Scrum feed going Papakura's way too.
I think we're going to see a little replay here of the held up, and who's underneath? No one other than Richie Blackmore. Rawiri comes up to trying to convince the referee he had scored it.
It looked pretty good though, didn't it? It's a good decision. Okay, penalty off the back comes Tautoko. He's racked up by Blackmore and Heta. Up to play the ball, back now to Tikino, swings it across to Phillips. Phillips looks for a runner, finds Tuifua. Tuifua can't get through. Still wrestling. Tikino. They're straight up the middle, who's there? Blackmore. And the ball is knocked on as well, so good tackle, forcing the error. And the threat that was the Sea Eagles subsides momentarily anyway for the Manurawa Marlins. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the first half.
We'll see Richie Blackmore coming here with some assistance, and you know, 3 people in the tackle, just force the error. Poor ball control once again. We see Heta picking the ball up off the back of the scrum, making good inroads. Now we...
Well, there was a little toe throw on the play of the ball there, but the ref didn't bother about it. It didn't upset the rhythm anyway, as Glenn Campbell sorted on the 40-metre line. Dummy half, Chase Woodhouse. Gets it back onto Heta. He puts it downtown. Chasing at the back there is Sam Kent. We'll restart it on the 20. So time to check again some more of the stats. Blackmore up to 11 tackles, 7 hit-ups. Krangle doing well, 12 and 4. and other busy players there across the field. 15 tackles for Rogers with just 2 hit-ups, and Boisa, the number 7, 10 tackles at 8 hit-ups. And apologies once again for referring to Era Boisa as Jamie Tupai, my mistake.
Well, one stat here, Dale, that shines out for me is Papakura had to make 121 tackles compared to Manurawa's 83. Completion rate is dropping off a little bit for Manurawa with a couple of late knock-ons. 50% completion rate compared to 38% of Papakura's.
12-0. Jackson Krangle, strong run, puts his head down, pummels his way through, straight up there, plays it about 12 out from the try line, through the hands of Woodhouse, turns it back on the inside, finds Blackmore. Blackmore keeps it hot for Anderson. And young Bruce will play the ball. The 7 metres out from the try line, couple to the right-hand side of the post. Woodhouse, Blackmore, flat ball. Here we go. In, no. Denied. Great play by the Papakura Sea Eagles. Would have made it so difficult for them in the second half.
Yeah, we get Sam Keat twice getting underneath the Manurawa try scorer there, or attempted try scorer. Great work by the winger.
William Hertz, and now it comes crash back to Anderson. Anderson goes for himself, does the grubber kick through. It's played at, back to 1, says the referee. Here's Blackmore, this is danger signs, and they're in. Well, too many numbers, too much ball. And strong down the right-hand side. Manurawa in for try number 3 with 5 to play in the first half.
Yeah, too much ball, Dale, you mentioned it, but good execution also in these slippery, windy conditions. A couple of great little balls here to put the winger Glenn Campbell over in the corner. As we see a replay, Richie Blackmore waited up. He had a little, tried to drag the defence in, and that was another quick ball. And I think the winger took a little exception to the knees coming in late. Yeah, nothing too much in that. I think that was a fair attempt to knock the ball out. But once again, good execution on their right-hand side. They're looking dangerous every time they go down that side.
It's a good finish there for Glenn Campbell. He's a 22-year-old. First year in first grade. Played in their Premier Reserves last year, Auckland under-18 rep. And he finished that nicely, as we see William Heta taking the kick from just perhaps half a metre in from touch here on the western touchline. So 3 tries to 0, 16-0. Certainly not the start that Papakura would have wanted, but weight of possession has swung very much against them.
Well, hardly been in Manurawa's half, have they, Dale? And that's the 19th try for Glenn Campbell this season, Dale. So they use him pretty regularly down this right-hand side. As we see a shot of the Papakura team there, just trying to have a little chat and get themselves back in this match. They can't afford to drop any more points before this first half is over.
Hits the uprights and goes through. William Heta adds the extras, 18-0.
Well, I'm sure he plays golf, Dale, because he just used the conditions perfectly there. He put the ball way out to the left-hand side and let it swing in. Excellent conversion from the sideline in these tricky conditions.
Very well done. Might get a look at that. There's a flag fluttering over there. A flag on the eastern touchline. We might get a look at it in a moment. You'll just see how strong the wind is. We mentioned maybe an 8 or 10 point wind.
Yeah, Dale, but the wind means nothing if you're not executing your plays properly, and we've yet to see that from the Papakura side yet.
Now it comes to Boisa. They just need a little bit more intensity, I suppose. 2.5 minutes out from the break. 18-0 down. There's a penalty to the Sea Eagles. Alan Caddy says, hold up just a moment. So it'll take a big effort from these Sea Eagles if they pick up their first ever Fox final. Tiki now takes the tap, works it on to a brave Tuifua, straight through. Have you seen anything like it? Bang! Under the posts. and all is well. What a great run, Tali Tuifua. As I mentioned, just across from Tonga this year. And who would have thought? And that is exactly what they needed, Shane.
Yeah, my oath they did. And is he a size for a winger, Dale? And I'm not too sure about the try celebration. There was doubt where they actually put the ball down in the end, but he just went through the brick wall, didn't he? I've been praising Manurua's defence all afternoon. And referee Adam Kelly had a word to the in-goal try scorer there. Yeah, well, I'll have a little chat to him in half-time if I was a coach, but he certainly got them back in the match.
Yes, indeed, mate. Once you're over there, just get it down nice and clean. That's all the coaches want. That's an example of the win. So a timely 4-pointer. Some lackluster defence. Not expecting a charging Tuifua. That's what they got. And we're made to pay for their ill-preparedness.
And that's try number 22 for the season and 16 appearances for the big winger.
Well, that's certainly put a bit of spark into this match. At 18-0, it looked like a very tough ask, didn't it, Shane, to come back? As we do see an injury in back play. Looks to be their young fullback. Here we go once again. This is Tali Tuifua. Bang! Through the hole. Forget about the arm up in the air. That's not what's needed when you're 18 points down. Almost a clumsy and costly put down. Clayton Rogers comes back, says, if that's what we can do, boys, let's get along together and we'll see where we can go. As Tikino feeds up. New blood, new legs, Frankie Wade. Crankle makes the tackle. With assistance there from Matai. Dummy half, young Frosty gets it on to Shane Follis. Follis leaves it behind, it's gone backwards. Play on, says the referee. In the hands of Tony Leica it comes. Leica wrestled the ground in the tackle of Philippe Burrell. They play the ball on the 30-metre line. We've just got 20-odd seconds left to play as Manu Tafi takes it up. Tafi to the 42. Hetter is there, ball is stripped, penalty on. 9 seconds to play. It has been one-way traffic right up until the end of this first half. 3 tries to 0. Tries scored by Chase Woodhouse, Jeff Matai and Glenn Campbell. As you can hear the hooter in the background. Out it comes to Aaron Tumai. Tumai tries to go through the middle, but it's closed down on the 40-metre line. Half-time here in the Mad Butcher Fox Memorial Final. Coming to you live on Sky throughout the country. Scoreline at the break, 18-6. It's the Marlins leading the Sea Eagles.
Played for their club, and you know they really deserve it. So guys, if you come on out here, don't be bashful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first person to come forward today is Mr. Steve Buckingham from the Mount Albert Lions. Steve has played 114 games, including the grand final today. Plays at stand-up and also at halfback, and since his inception of the Bartercard Cup started in 2000, he's played with the Glenora Bears. Had a 2-year stint there from 2000 to 2001 before moving to the Mount Albert Lions in the year 2002 and has remained with the club loyally since then. Steve is one of the top point try scorers for the New Zealand Rugby League, and with over 35 tries, 347 goals and 5 field goals, taking him to an outstanding 835 points. Steve is the top points scorer in 2005 season, currently on 207. Also, Mr. Shane Bryars from the Canterbury Bulls. He's played 104 games, including the grand final this afternoon. Plays at hooker and has been with the Bartercard since 2000. Apart from the one season in 2004 where he played with the Wests in Australia, Shane has played for 5 years at Bartercard with the Canterbury Bulls, and in his time has never missed the competition game. Also, one of the players receiving today is Mr. Sione Puaha from the Mount Albert Lions, 101 games. Has been with the club since 2000 and plays in the position of prop and has always given his best. Please acknowledge.
Well, yes, some outstanding accolades, and great to see both captains.
Well, Welcome back to Ericsson Stadium, where the scoreline is 18-6 in favour of the Marlins over the Sea Eagles in this, the 2005 Mad Butcher Fox Memorial Final. There is Richie Blackmore. He has had a telling influence on the first half. Just there, some wonderful defence. Fullback, the number 1, Brucey Anderson, has had an outstanding first 40. Papakura Sea Eagles, I'm sure that Dean Clark would have said, guys, keep your composure, we can still win this. It's just 2 tries. They have a very strong wind at their backs in the second half. But they do really need to keep an eye on their discipline. Tackles riding up too high. They've already had 1 player in the bin. Number 13, Arapita Taitoko, he has worked hard in that first half. And I'm sure they'll be welcoming the wind at their backs, perhaps more into their kicking game. Some raking field, long field punts we might see today. Solomon Fuki looking for his opportunities early in this second 40. It's your referee, Alan Caddy. He has controlled the game well. We see the restart coming off Ero Boisa. There's the restart. 40 minutes of action. 2 teams have never won the Fox Memorial Championship, going head-to-head. This live afternoon of rugby league on Sky as Ioane Tuala gets up and plays the ball. We were on the spin this time. Matai. Fed up there by William Heta. Heta finds. Gets Philly Moa. Fed on. Matai playing dummy half. Blackmore is there. This is Aaron Woodhouse. Got a bit of a blow. In fact, his brother copped the blow in that first half, and Blackmore nearly knocks on. Does well to regather the ball. Kent makes the tackle. Up to play the ball, Henry Heta. Got that sorted. Heta is playing in the centres in jersey 18. There's no 3 on the field. That ball taken nicely at the back by the number 1, Aaron Tumai. Plays it back on now to Sammy Kent. Comes with good raps, but coach Dean Clark unable to show us his wares on that play. Dummy half, Phillips. Phillips now on to Tony Laker. Haven't been making much meterage at the moment. The ball out now to Boisa. Boisa is claimed on the 5th and final tackle. Great defence there from the Marlins, and they'll play the ball. Papakura on the 30-metre line. Frank Wade attracts the defensive attention. 5th and final tackle now. As it comes back to Frosty Tikino, he guns it downfield. There to take it as Bruce Anderson had a very fine first half to the fullback. Turns and faces up. Defence meets them. And the tackle's made by Jamie Tafata with assistance there from Phillips. Dummy half run. This is Mordehi. Mordehi gets the ball out as he goes to ground. Pops it back nicely. Looking for a hole up the middle of the ruck. Tackle made on the 40-metre line. Momentum starting to build for the Marlins. Through Woodhouse, on to Blackmore. Blackmore looking. Blackmore away. Blackmore to Anderson. Anderson to Woodhouse. Woodhouse and Kent is there. Kent makes the tackle. Fired from the line, but the danger has not subsided. It is getting worse as Blackmore finishes off. Blackmore. The Marlins try number 4 early in the second half. And who other than the former international and co-coach of this Marlins squad, second rower, Richie Blackmore.
Well, there's not much more we can say about him, Dale. He's just been outstanding in this match, and he just weighs the situation up well, doesn't he? And this time he likes to chuck the ball back on the inside, sets up the initial break, and once again the Manurawa Marlins didn't panic, got to their feet quickly, and Richie said, I'll have a little dart on the blind side. I can score from this far out. I don't know if it was 50 metres out where they'd have that little dart, but from 5 metres out, he knew he was going to get there.
It's a real inspiration for his young charges. And Rusty and Richie have done a fine job. Tangawaya waiting on the sideline. A windy day. William Heta, he slotted one from the chalk in that first half. Kicking into the wind this time. Talented 19-year-old. They've been treated as some thrilling finals in Fox Memorial Championships in recent seasons. This one's starting to balloon out somewhat. Can the Sea Eagles score next? That's the question. Here's William Hedder. Strikes it nicely, raises the yellow flags. And the yellow flags around the stadium also fly high too as the Manurawa fans celebrate a 24-6 lead with 35.5 minutes to play.
What he does well here, Dale, he goes low. He knew his momentum would get him through them tacklers. He's got a big frame, hasn't he? And he knew his power would get him there. But once again, the little darts from dummy half are really turning the papakura side inside out. Strong running there, straight up the middle. Then we'll get a couple of quick guys in and dart from dummy half just to break it up a little bit. And then we'll have another power play.
Jason Mordehu is the man tackled. The tackler, Jamie Tefata. The ball is fed up and the run is from Peter Filimo. A strong run too, met in the tackle of this opposite number, Shane Follis. Out of dummy half they come now. This is a good meterage gain through the centre of the track. To the 40-metre line, the Marlins, through Anderson, now with Blackmore. Blackmore loses it, but it goes backwards, and it comes on to Anderson. Gets it across to Morder, who tries to get around Kett. Kett comes from behind on the fifth and final tackle. Again, it's Anderson. Anderson with the ball out now, and it's on to Woodhouse. Woodhouse puts it in behind. It's a good kick. It's a good kick. Who's got that ball? Knocked on by Yellow. They'll pack the scrum down on the 10-metre line with a Sea Eagles feed.
Well, it was a great bomb by Woodhouse. He put it up and it lingered around the in-goal area, around the try-scoring area, and come down. They had plenty of chasers on it. Let's see it linger up here. And it was only one guy from Papakura there. Lucky to get away with that once again.
They really put the pressure on, didn't they, with that kick? It was well timed. This is good defence too from the Marlins. The referee says, well, come on, fellas, I've called tackled. Peel away. We're taking this penalty. Have another look at some of the stats, see where the work's being done.
Well, Rogers for the big number 8 for Papakura with 18 tackles and 3 hit-ups. The big number 7, Boza, with 12 tackles and 10 hit-ups has been busy. Phillips with 14 tackles and 7 hit-ups. So 6 and 7 are really getting themselves involved. Tough Eye with 10 tackles and 5 hit-ups is currently sitting on the bench, on his feet, looking to get it back into the action.
There's a knock on, just what Manurawa wanted. Not so what the Sea Eagles needed. Frosty ticking out. Disappointment etched on his face.
Down. Oh.
See Anderson taking down the scrum, the young fullback by the looks.
Oh. Out.
And a knock on from Manurawa, so the Sea Eagles get the feed this time around. If you've just joined us, this is the Mad Butcher final. 3 tries to 1 in the first half. The first of the Sea Eagles not coming until 2 minutes from half time. At the break, 18-6. Just had the 1 try scored early in the second half. That through Richie Blackmore, as we see a solid run from Taito will come to an even more abrupt halt in the tackle there of the number 12, Krangle. Boaza looking to do something with the football, gets it back to Taito. They're going to have to be a little bit more imaginative in attack at the moment. The Sea Eagles. Follows leaves it behind. Referee says it's okay. Play on comes to Tiki No. Tiki No to ground now. 42 out from the try line. Will play the ball quickly. Boaza has it. The little halfback is shadowed and eventually claimed by the number 8, Tuala. Tiki No. Flat ball. Across it comes to Bishop Phillips. He puts it wide, too wide.
Yeah, he's disappointed in himself, Dale. He doesn't need to be told it was a poor kick. with these howling gales, you just need to put the ball in the middle of the park and it can swing anywhere. We've seen that in the first half from Manurawa, putting it up nice and high. Also, their short kicking game has been impressive. Things have just gone a little bit flat for the Papakura side.
This is Ioane Tuala who will play the ball after being tackled by Boaza. Out of dummy half, Matai gets the ball back and sort of pops it back in the hope it'll come up kind. It does for Heta. Heta tries to run over the top of Taitoko, but he can't, and the ball played back now for Anderson. Anderson, game player, nice ball, back on the inside as well, the Marlins trying to keep it alive. The tackle is made on the 30-metre line as the ball comes to Krangle. Referee will now penalise the attacking player for not standing square on, it would seem. A welcome penalty, say the Sea Eagles fans. Plus it comes to Boaza, a little bit flat-footed at the moment, the Sea Eagles, and not really penetrating, Shane.
No, like you mentioned, Dale, they need to really get together, don't they? We've seen them try to take it up the middle. It's not really worked for them. We need to get it shifted a little bit wider and get Phillips out a little bit wider. Here he is here, just Boza just dropping him off on the inside. We need to try and find some space a little bit wider of the ruck.
Tiki now works it on to Phillips. Phillips keeps it hot out to Tony Laker. Laker tries to put a pass on that doesn't go to hand, and it's a turnover, just what they didn't need. Woodhouse is there. Jiggling is Glenn Campbell. The try scores with Tangawhia, looks for his boarding pass. He is now with the number 6, Walter Hati. Hati stares it up the middle, finds Krangle once again. But impressed with his work.
Yeah, no, he's been really good. Krangle, Heta, the back row from Manurawa has really outshone the Papakura back row, that's for sure. Krangle, let's have a look at him. He's 18 tackles and 6 hit-ups. Richie Blackmore with 15 tackles and 11 hit-ups. And Heta with 12 tackles and 9 hit-ups. Well, that says a lot, doesn't it, Dale? They've all been very, very busy.
Ball popped across from Hati. Hati finds Heta, who will play the ball on the 5th and final tackle. Centre field at 25 as it comes back for Anderson. Anderson on to Woodhouse. Woodhouse looking for the chip and regather. Where is the bounce going to go? Bravely taken by Aaron Tumai at the back for the Papakura Sea Eagles as a hole starts to open up. Ducks under the tackle of Filimaua, but Otangavaya is there as well and closes down the attack from Papakura on the 20. Fed up by Phillips. Phillips on to Boaza. Too much work. Great tackle. Wonderful tackle. Jeffrey Matai. Tikino feeds up. Sea Eagles with little option. They're getting drilled back. This man spent 10 in the bin in the first half, but he'll be keen to make up for that. His name is Sionipa Tuifua. Try scorer's brother. Sionipa will get up and play it back. Fed out. Now downtown off the boot of Phillips. Liz Anderson has been very good throughout the afternoon. And Hooker getting involved from dummy half. Has been there when needed at the back as well. Referee says a little knock on as he gets up to play. The ball isn't that. A great tackle. The young viewers at home watching that, that's the way you do it.
Well, Bruce Anderson, the fullback from Manurawa, is blown up there. I think he's tried to milk one here on the referees. He's fallen to his feet. And he hasn't fallen for it, the referee. He's young Bruce Anderson, Dale's mentioned he's had an outstanding game. That time it didn't really go his way, and he's put Papakura in a good position here to make a fight of this match.
Sakuhanga Toa is the number 12 as it comes back now to Taitoko. Taitoko straightens. Krangle is there. 2 gone. 12 away. 10 to the right-hand side of the post. Tikino feeds it across. Picks up Boaza. Boaza onto Tafi. Big Manu looking for a way through, but the door closes in the tackle of Blackmore and Henry Heta. Marlin on the side and left behind there from the number 16, Tuifua. Nothing going right for him at the moment. 17 is Colin Latu. Just warming up. Sionipa Tuifua.
Stay up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Right, there we go. Hold the weight, hold. Out.
Now the Marlins work away from their danger zone. They're on the 20-metre line now. This is Mordehu, eventually plays down the tackle of Solomon Fuki. Krangle from dummy half. Krangle does one, Jamie Tafatu is there, so it's 2-4. Anderson, sap from fullback into dummy half.
Yeah, Krangle, little knock on by Krangle there. Referee's a little bit late in picking it up, got a call from his touch judge.
Historic day away for one of these squads. 25 minutes to play. 3 tries to score for the Marlins. That's just to force a draw. That's certainly looking good for the Marlins of Manurawa at the moment.
Well, it is, Dale, and they've really, for my way of thinking, they've really outshone here, haven't they? I think they've come in as second favourites, but their commitment, the defensive effort's been outstanding. They've only let the 1 try, and that was a couple of minutes before half-time. They've sprung to their feet on every occasion.
You see Manu Tafi trying to get through, but Colin Latu says not through here. Two big men. And that is a poor pass. And Jackson Krangle is there to say thank you so much. Out of dummy half comes William Heta. Never back 10. Never straight on in the marker. Well, the road worst enemies at the moment, the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, well, the error rates are creeping up, Dale. 14 errors to 9 compared to Manurawa.
Falani Dangavaya plays it back to Jackson Krangle. Krangle feeds up and he finds Henare Hemana. No shortage of size here in this Rewa pack. The bench is big too. Hemana plays the ball. Danger signs. Heta snares it up the middle for Colin Latu. The big man tries to free his arms. Gets the ball behind him. The referee says that there's been damage done, so the scrum feed will go the way of the Sea Eagles, but ominous signs for their effort as this Manurawa team seems to grow in stature.
Well, what they're doing, Dale, they're changing the angles. There's wet underfoot conditions. They're changing the angles. They're using their heads, aren't they? They're not just carting it straight up off the ruck. Getting a little bit wider ruck and bringing the different angles into play.
Tafi sends a ball that probably shouldn't have been passed. Foki is sorted by Mordehu. And that ball to Casper. Only with some purpose, but very flat. This defence is very good as well from the Marlins. They're really getting all over the Sea Eagles, and there's no way forward for them. Here comes Sionupa Tuifua, and he'll be forced to play the ball too, and they really have made little, if any, meterage. That ball's been charged down. That man was in front of the ball, Jamie Tafata, but he loses it anyway, and the referee will say, look, it's all over the place. Just checking with the...
Yellow's ball.
Yeah, there's plenty of clapping there for the Manurawa defence, and it was outstanding, Dale. They didn't even make the 20 metres in 5 tackles. And on the end of it, Krangle gets in there and puts plenty of pressure on the kicker. And then when someone does pick up the ball, there's another 4 Manurawa players to sort him out. Defence wins big games, and Manurawa's defence, right from the first whistle, there's been plenty of numbers in it. There's been plenty of aggression.
I was speaking yesterday with the co-coach of this Marlins outfit, Rusty Matua. He told us about their attacking skills, but as you've just mentioned, he says the game is built on 3 words: defence, defence and defence, and that's where they've been strong today. The attack hasn't been bad either, and now they're certainly issuing the challenge once again. Here is Anderson, decides to change and spins it across the Woodhouse. He finds Blackmore. Blackmore, who's been a pain in the you-know-what to this Papakura Sea Eagles squad. As we might see a little Barney going on here, Woodhouse and the number 1 from Papakura Tumai. A bit more ball throwing than a softball match today. Just trying to keep things in check. There you go. He wasn't called for a halt, and there you go. Cramp in the camp. Some heavy breathing going in there, a bit of attention being given to Willie Hetter as well at the back of the scrum, the number 13. A bit of claret. Set opportunities, Willie Hetter, there is there, Woodhouse. A great and proud competition, the Fox Memorial Championship. And even with the advent of the Bartercard Cup as a national club championship, there's still a great deal of feeling towards this Fox, as we see one of the best of the day being forced to take a spell. It's Brucey Anderson, the fullback, come hooker, come halfback, come hit up man. He's in a fine game.
Yeah, being replaced by Jeffrey Matai, another one who's had a fine game, Dale. Not too sure if he'll be keen to play fullback though.
All up in the defensive line, big push coming on from Manurawa. And often you see the scrums not contested. Quite obviously the Marlins have decided that they will. Well, not this time around. The last time they certainly did, as we now look towards some of their experience. Trying to force a hole is a strong run, but much of it sideways by the number 11. That is Manu Tafi, who's eventually grasped 18 from the line. I don't know what that was. We might have another look at this. It was a senseless act. There was a little bit of push and shove not required, and in the end the Sea Eagles lose the ball. It was the first tackle. Have a look at this. Yes. Well, what do you make of that, Shane?
Not a lot, Dale, not a lot. And once again, Manurawa on attack.
Well, they have been so often. They've had a lot of the ball. 24-6 the score, and Krangle serves it up. On it comes to Colin Latu. The big man takes a power of stopping, as you can see, pops the ball out late and gets it across to Campbell. Then Campbell will play the ball, 5 out from the try line. Whack goes to Aaron Woodhouse. Woodhouse closed down by Tuifua. 10 to the right-hand side of the post and 15 out. Krangle has done me half. He gets it back to Willie Hetter. Nice little ball, pop around. This is good. This is Otangavaya. Does he get there? Yes, he does. The Marlins. Is it their year? The way they're celebrating, you'd think so. When you look at the scoreline, you would think so.
Well, great work on it, Dale, and just a great little flip out the back. The ball always beats a man, and Manurawa has put some great tries on this afternoon, and none better than that one there. Just draw and pass, make it simple, and execute it right.
Great little pop-up ball from Willie Hetter, brilliantly done. And Falani Otangavaya was there. He goes at the post and then pushes himself across the chalk, and he knows he's got them. And he may well have got them home. There's Rusty Matua, who celebrates as well with his man. Otangavaya has only been on for a few minutes. Master stroke off the bench.
And he's ended up back on the bench, Dale. score a try and have a rest.
You've done your work. Thanks very much. Come and have a breather. Impressed with William Heta. Great range of skills. There's your try scorer, Falani o Tangavaia. Prop in second row. There's a very calming influence, according to Rusty Matu, on the team. He's one of the older members of the squad. This man is not Willie Heta. As I say, he was in the train-on squad for the Jersey Fleet Roosters. Very classy. Kicking game and passing game, Willie Heta. And also can convert the tries. As we're looking there at the bench. Hand slaps, high fives, it's all on here. Well, they'll be rock and rolling at Leebank tonight. Nicely played in the end by Matai. Gets the ball out. Gets it on to Filimoa. He's quickly to his feet and will play the ball. So they haven't finished yet. There's still 17 minutes of play. Will they put the hammer down here? 30-6 is the scoreline. Krangle has had a beauty game. He'll deserve a big feed tonight. Classy works through the centre of the track. And now, working wide. Hati puts the kick in. Pressure at the back. It's taken well in the end by Tali Tuifua.
Well, that's just about the perfect set, Dale, in it. What are we, with 16 minutes to go, and they still can play out the perfect set. Okay, I know they're in front, and they're encouraged by the scoreline, but still they have to execute them, and they've done that perfectly on that set, right from a kick off, right from a try score. They always say what you do after you score a try is just as important, and Manurawa has perfected it there.
Their defence has been wonderful today. As the tackle made on the number 7, and it will be pulled up for a high tackle, was Erabuaza. Finds himself copping one from his opposite number. Well, there's an urgency here now. They've got to score, and they've got to score soon to give them any hope whatsoever. I mean, it would be a remarkable comeback if they were able to do it, but and you know, I would be very surprised if they did. There was a runner on the inside. Has he got the legs to go? Who is there? Surely not. Blackmore. Quick play of the ball. Fed up by Phillips. On the boil is Taffy. Taffy needs to go. Taffy needs to leg drive. And who is there? Yes. Once again, Blackmore. But the ball is popped out the back and it finds Hangaitoa. And Hangaitoa goes for the line. What is the call here? Looks all right. We said they had to score. They have done just that. They needed that 4 points desperately. A couple of times during the play I thought it had broken down, but Shane, to his credit, Isako Hangaitoa is a scorer. He puts it down in the corner.
Well, we see Richie Blackmore will be a bit disappointed. He made a try-saving tackle there. Then he come over here and stopped Tough Eye. He held him up. He got the ball away. And just one big man on two littler men, just powered his way over, did exceptionally well with no room to move, just to get it on the try line. I don't know if Richie will have a lot of breath left to hit the troops with, but he'll be very disappointed with that effort. It's about how you finish matches also.
And the kick is successful from wide out. Spot on from the sideline, and the Sea Eagles struck back. 30-12, 14 to play. Here we see the get down, the put down, and well done there by Isako Hangaitoa. We've got plenty of work to do though, Shane. Short kick off, they'll get the penalty. There's the penalty. Restart quickly. That'll be ball's thrown away. So the Papakura Sea Eagles. Things starting to swing back their way. Just a touch. Still a lot of work to be done. Well, 18 points.
I heard someone in my ear say, Dale, that was a good idea, but that was far from a good idea. Look, you don't need to get the ball back. You just need to tackle in the opposition's half, and Manurawa need to hammer that downfield and just do what they've been doing well all afternoon, is tackle. They don't need to be playing the ball in this area of the park.
Tuifua with the ball now, and he is racked up 27 out from the try line. Here comes Frosty Tikino. He works it across and picks up Boaza. Boaza onto Phillips. Phillips back up on the inside. Here comes Clayton Rogers. Clayton Rogers will get there! Rogers is there! 2 tries, 2 minutes. The Sea Eagles come charging back. Clayton Rogers, take a bow. Big Clayton, one of the older players. Last year's best and fairest. What a run. He's been tackling his heart out. He's had to do a power of work and this time find space. And isn't it great to see a big prop in full flight?
Well executed move. Something they've been practicing and training all week or probably all year. And to see it come off so well in a game is really heartening for any team. And Clayton Rogers just storms onto the inside pass on a good angle. And have they got it in them?
Looking for the extras. Is it good? It's good! It is a 1! Wow! This has opened the game up. 12 minutes to play. 2 tries behind, 30-18. The Sea Eagles with 2 tries converted in 2 minutes have given themselves a sniff of a chance here at the Mad Butcher Fox Memorial Final of 2005.
I bet you this will be a big kick, deep kick, Dale, this one. As deep as he could get it anyway.
Well, the game is won and lost on momentum, and the momentum starting to swing around behind the Sea Eagles. They haven't had much of it throughout this match, but all of a sudden, things are starting to look good. The sun is coming out, the attitude is there, the spirits are lifted, and the running is more powerful. Here comes Follis. Plays it back now for Tikino. He's looking for runners. Everyone's lining up. The kick through off the foot of Boaza is pretty good. The bounce just beats it into the in-touch and goal. Gee.
And that was a good idea, Dale. It was a 40-20. It would have been a 40-10, I think, if it had just crept on inside the field of play. Manurawa slowing it right down now. Richie Blackmore having a well-earned rest on the bench. Don't know if he'll get too long on there. I think they needed experience in this last 10 minutes out there. Young Bruce Anderson trying to warm up, get them legs working again too.
Now it's with Manurawa. Looking a little at 6s and 7s, maybe shell-shocked somewhat by those 2 tries that have stung them. Up to play it is Otangavaya. Fed up and looking for runners now. Fed up by Chase Woodhouse, is back on the field. Henry Heta now. He's put down the tackle of Laker. On the halfway line, the Marlins. Back it comes for Chase Woodhouse, who is claimed on the 42. Ball's played back to Henare Hemana, who works it across on through the hands of Aaron Woodhouse. Now out wide and causing problems out wide too. As Henry Header on the 5th and final tackle. Across it comes his brother Willie. Willie looks for the chip and regather. How's the bounce going to be? Is it going to be kind? It is taken by Aaron Tumai. Tumai will play the ball a couple of metres from his own line. Here comes Kett. Sam Kett, not much of him. Defence swarms upon him. A couple of metres outside or from their own line as Taitoko gets attention there from Hemana. Back to our number 5 now. And here comes Tuifua. He's in space. The Tongan flyer. He was looking for another try. He's already notched up 20 on the season. And in space, he always looks threatening. Fed across by Tikino. It's gone back, says the referee. Boaza said, oh, thank God for that. Gets the ball, guns forward again. 5 metres inside the Marlins half. Will this be a nail-biting finish? That's the question. The kick comes off the boot of Tumai. The chaser at the back is Matai. Kett is there. So's Hangaitua. And the tackle has sunk the Marlin for now.
Well, you have to have a big applause there for Matai. Not a regular fullback, Dale. He's come off the bench. He's made that great tackle on Tufire when he busts through. and then he somehow manages to get himself another 30 metres across field and dive on that loose ball. Currently he's got his hands on his hips, blowing the big ones in, but an important stage of the game it was.
I tell you, there's some more momentum in it. They're just trying everything now, the Sea Eagles. This historic occasion for the club as we see Krangle again. He's been one of the best today, no doubt. Jackson Krangle, big ups, he's done well. Wasn't that a wonderful take? This is what we talk about when we hear of great passing skills and running skills. This is the run for the line, a charging run. Manurawa's Fox. This is Manurawa's Fox. The number 4 is Philip Burrell. The celebrations are because they believe they've done enough. Celebrations all round for the Manurawa Marlins. Surely they can't lose it from here.
No, I'm just amazed at some of the skill level that we've seen out here this afternoon, and none better than this guy here, William Heta. The way he dragged that ball in the last tackle, made progress upfield, weighed the situation up, and gave Burrell the outside run. Absolutely outstanding.
Well, talk from Rusty Matu is that this guy's got it all together, and he's enjoying being able to coach him because he doesn't think they'll be able to hold on to him for long. We already say he's been training on a jersey flag run. Here is the number 4, Philip Burrell, dotting down what should be a Fox Memorial Championship winning try. Philip Burrell, most experienced in the back line. He's a 24-year-old, a local New Zealand Māori rep. And he was there also for the Roosters train-on squad as we look for the conversion from Aaron Woodhouse. Woodhouse on the chalk, 34-18. He steadies himself. And this proud rugby league family from Manurawa, this time the wind is against him, but it will matter not, it would seem. An unassailable position. One would suggest it's 6 minutes to play and all those points behind. Once again we see Philip Burrell wrapping up what has been a history-making day for the Marlins. Richie Blackmore breathing a sigh of relief. I'm just checking to see if he's back out there or on the side. But it is a real testament to the coaching skills of Richie Blackmore and Rusty Matua. We've brought a team of youngsters through to win a Fox Championship. And I say that with respect too, because these young players, many of them in the reserve grade or prems, not realising that they have the skills to take it to the next level. With good coaching and the right attitude, they can go all the way, as has been evident here today. The kick off the boot of Woodhouse. He's allowed to bounce, and a little confusion in the middle. There's a knock on and then a man in front of the ball. So just checking with the touch judges to see which way this will go. It's in fact a penalty for offside. And the Papakura Sea Eagles with 5 minutes to play will be disappointed, as will their fans. But nevertheless, you know, wonderful effort by Dean Clark and all the management and committee out there at what is too a very proud club, the Papakura Sea Eagles. We're disappointed they were the first into the final. The Marlins had to win their way through the back door somewhat with their match last week against Mangere East. And on the day they've been too strong, and they've certainly caused a lot of problems down the right-hand side. The Marlins at 6s and 7s. Who's tried hard today has Bishop Phillips. And the 5th and final tackle now for the Papakura Sea Eagles. Across it goes, ball managed to elude most. It's towed on, play on, says the referee. Hangaitoa gets hold of it, he chips back on the inside, the ball's still alive. The referee says, I think you can still go for it. This could well be a try. There's a try. The Sea Eagles in beside the posts. And that's the old never give up scenario. Isako Hangaitoa in for try number 2. Too little, too late. But again, testament to the character of the Sea Eagles team, who haven't given up. Counting down 3.5 minutes to play. 34-22. Hangai Tua, and the kick is successful. So the scoreline 34-24. Just 3 minutes to play. Sadly, they're not going to get the chance, I would think, to rack up two, mind you. Let's see what happens. And 5 tries to this Manurawa squad. The last of them out wide of PJ Burrell. Wind is strong. Will be going sideline for post-match interviews. There'll be a lot of emotion, as you can imagine. This championship has been so hardly fought by so many wonderful players over the years. The Fox. The trophy that is the goal of so many club footballers. Here it comes out for Shane Follis, the big number 10. Looks to free his arms with 2.5 minutes to play. Can't do so. Could play the ball out to Tikino. But they got something else for us to admire. Bishop Phillips has got the ball. He sends it out to Kett. Sammy Kett's got wheels. Can he use them? Richie Blackmore is there. Says, not if I've got anything to do with it. 32 out from the line now. Played back to Tikino. He's tried hard. Phillips has as well, but just hasn't really been their day. That ball is forced loose. Referee says played on. And play on they do. This man's been one of the best too. That's Hettit. Willie Hettit, that is. Turning across to Jeff Matai. He too has contributed well. Spins and plays at 10 from halfway. On we come. Out to the big men. This time it's Ioane Tuala. He pops the ball nicely to Walter Hati. Hati keeps it alive for Morehu. Morehu closed down under Fuki, and Tuifua will play the ball back now to Burrell. It's PJ. He's shadowed and claimed there by Fuki. Gets the ball back. Blind pass to Morehu, stepping on the inside. 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Well, congratulations to all the teams that have been involved in the Fox this year. This time, though, it has come the way of Manurawa. But Kett has something to say about that. Kett's got wheels, but the wheels fell off. Back up on the inside, he finds Phillips. Phillips looking for a hole up the middle. Straightens the attack. Countdown into the last minute. It will be a Manurawa win, but the Sea Eagles haven't given up. And for that, we must salute. The pass is knocked down by Burrell. The referee says we'll pack the scrum down as we count down the grand final full stop. Here's Manurawa. There's the scenes of jubilation. There's actually not a bad crowd that's come to watch this match too in the Western Stand. Referee signals time off. But the victors will be the Manurawa Marlins, and there is the man that has had so much to do with the Songi Tupou as well. He's a team man for Manurawa for such a long, long time as well. Songi is wrapped. Rusty Matua looks on, knowing that his charges have done a fine job, not just for him and Richie, but also for the club. The proud Manurawa club of Monaco City here in NZ, winners of the Fox Memorial Championship for 2005. Here is the hooter. It's celebration time for the Marlins. As well they might. You enjoy the pictures of a team that have worked so hard. But in the end, 34-24, too strong. 5 tries to 3. These are the scenes. Just go sideline. I think Shane's ready to chat with the co-coach of the Manurawa Marlins. The Fox champions for 2005 is Shane Cooper and Richie Blackmore.
Well, congratulations, Richie. How are the lungs, first of all?
Well, I was looking on the sideline there to get a bit of oxygen, but otherwise, you know, obviously the enthusiasm and playing the sort of footy finals, you find another breath of wind to get yourself through to the end.
And you've been involved in some big matches, some test matches, some grand finals. How does this compare?
Oh, look, I mean, this was a case of getting involved in coaching with a lot of the young fellas in manurawa, and that enthusiasm just to, obviously, goes without saying that I enjoy the game, I love it, passionate about it, but to go into a final and work with these young fellas to get the sort of experience of playing in a Fox final, which is, you know, the longest serving trophy in New Zealand for rugby league, it's just, I can't explain words, especially with these young guys.
And we'll have to give a plug to Rusty, your co-coach. You've done an outstanding job throughout the season.
He's been awesome. You know, he's been a real rock through this whole campaign. We've had 2 years together, and his support and